The first two comics I'm going to cover today are Flash number 30 and Flash Annual 3. These books are the first two issues by the new creative team of co-writers Robert Venditti and Van Jensen. Brett Booth is handling the pencils with Norm Rapmund inking him, and Andrew Dahlhaus is on colors. Flash Annual 2 actually flips back and forth between the present-day Flash and the future Flash. Future Flash is handled by the regular art team, whereas present Flash is penciled by Ron Frenz with inks by Livesay. Now the story picks up in Flash 30 with Forever Evil having just ended. Barry Allen is back at work as a forensic scientist with the Central City Police Force, but due to the traumatic events of Forever Evil, everyone on the police force has to go and see a psychologist to be sure that they're mentally fit for duty. Barry's carrying around a lot of guilt because he feels, as the Flash, he should have been able to be more effective and have done more during the Forever Evil event to prevent all this damage that was done to his city. So the writers do a really good job of showing all the trauma that Barry has been going through. Here he's sitting in a room talking to the psychologist, but at the same time he's zipping off in between her questions to do what he can to help repair the city. I feel the writers have set up a few interesting subplots. I won't give away too much here, but let's just say that if you have the time, you definitely should give this book a read. Over on the art side of things, Booth and Rapmund have been working together for a long time, and it really shows. The art is very crisp and clean. I feel that that's something that comes from years of collaboration by the two artists. One thing that I really enjoy about Booth's art is that even while Barry is running at super speed, he still gives a lot of characterization through the facial expressions. If there's one complaint I have about the art, sometimes Booth likes to really show off his dynamic pencils with big spreads and splash pages of the Flash, and then the other panels are sort of shoehorned in here or there, and it kind of breaks up the storytelling from panel to panel just a little bit. But it's a minor complaint. I'm a big Brett Booth fan, and the art really shines. The colors by Andrew Dahlhaus are very bright, and he does a great job of conveying some real brightness to Central City. Now, one thing about this issue that's been a little bit in the comic news was that it's the first New 52 appearance of Wally West. I'm not going to get too much into the details of that. I'll let you read it for yourself, but I will say that his appearance in this book is minor. In this week's Flash Annual 3, Wally West has a much larger role. As I mentioned before, this book is actually split up into two storylines, one with the present-day Barry Allen and one with the future Flash Barry Allen. Now in the present day, right at the beginning, Barry meets Wally. There's an interesting dynamic going on there. We don't really find out about Wally's connection to Iris until a little later, but what I really enjoyed about the present storyline was how Robert Venditti and Van Jensen really mixed an equal amount of Flash action with some nice character development from Barry Allen. Something I feel started to be a little lacking toward the end of the previous creative team's run. By contrast, the future Flash storyline is almost all action. There's a little bit of characterization. We don't totally understand everything Barry's been through in the ensuing years, but he does seem desperate, but we don't completely understand his motivations. But the action's all out, and the art on the future storyline is just outstanding. There's one hilarious line in the future Flash storyline that Rob Venditti wrote. Van Jensen was actually jealous, told me that he wished he'd written the line. Let's just say that gorillas do have fat fingers. So I definitely recommend these books. It's a great jumping on point for a new reader. If you haven't been following the New 52 Flash, this is the perfect time to jump on. I'm sure you can still pick up both issues at your local comics shop. The entire creative team does a great job of making the books both accessible and fun. There's nice characterization, there's intrigue, you want to know what happens next. I certainly recommend them.